Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to see about types of expert system architectures. Before going into this topic, we shall recall what are the basic components of an user interface. It is a GUI that makes user to communicate with the expert system to give input queries and to obtain the solution. Inference engine, it is the main processing unit of the system that applies various inference rules to the knowledge base to derive a conclusion or a solution for the queries asked by the user. And finally the knowledge base. So it is the storage where all the knowledge acquired from the expert is being stored in the form of rules, facts, etc. So that is being similar to a database. So it is a collection of objects and their attributes. So whatever the information that is acquired from the experts is being stored in the knowledge base. This knowledge that is being stored is being nothing but said as knowledge representation. So to represent this knowledge, there are various ways of knowledge representation. And the same way the inference engine, so the mechanism of inference engine to extract the knowledge from the knowledge base also varies with respect to the how the knowledge is being represented in the knowledge base. So based upon this, how the knowledge is being represented and how the inference mechanism is being designed, so we have been having various types of expert system architectures. So of those, so the basic classification is production system architecture and the other one is non-production system architecture. So under production system architecture, so we have been having a rule-based system architecture, and under non-production system architecture we have been having various types. So of that, so associative or semantics architecture, frame-based architecture, decision tree architecture, blackboard system architecture, neural networks, and finally analogical reasoning. So these are the various type of classification of architectures we have under expert system based upon how the knowledge is being represented in various forms, the same way how the inference engine is being able to get the data from the knowledge base. First, production system architecture. Production systems can be defined as a kind of cognitive architecture in which knowledge is represented in the form of rules. So a system that uses this form of knowledge representation is called a production system. To simply put, production system consists of rules and factors. Knowledge is usually encoded in a declarative form which comprises of a set of rules. This type of system uses knowledge encoded in the form of production rules, that is if-then rules. So inference in the production systems is accomplished by a process of chaining through rules recursively either in forward or backward direction until a conclusion is reached or until failure occurs. The selection of rules used in the chaining process is determined by matching current facts against the domain knowledge or variables in rules and choosing among a candidate set of rules the ones that meet some given criteria such as specificity. The inference process is typically carried out in an interactive mode with the user providing input parameters needed to complete the rule chaining process. The block diagram that shows the generalistic architecture of an expert system, because the generalistic architecture is what the one which uses the rule based with them rules. So actually if you consider the production system, so most often the automated production systems they used to use if-then rules. So that's the reason. So this rule-based system which is using these different rules is being called a production system. Next, non-production system architectures of that, the first one, associative or semantics architecture. A semantic network is a graphic notation for representing knowledge in patterns of interconnected nodes. As I said, so these various types have been nothing but based upon how the knowledge is being represented and how the mechanism behind the inference engine. So you have got these various classification of architectures. So here in this semantic type, so it has got a graphic notation for representing the knowledge in patterns or patterns of interconnected nodes. The structural idea is that knowledge can be stored in the form of graphs with nodes representing objects in the world and arcs representing relationship between those objects. Semantic net consists of nodes, links and link labels. In these networks diagram, nodes appear in form of circles or ellipses or even rectangles which represents objects such as physical objects, concepts or situations. Links appears as arrows to express the relationship between the objects and link labels specify relations. Relationships provide the basic needed structure for organizing the knowledge. So therefore, objects and relations involved are also not needed to be concrete. Semantic nets are also referred to as associative nets, as the nodes are associated with the other nodes. Semantic architecture facilitates the storage of information when shared by many objects as well as the inferencing process. One such example is CASNet, which is nothing but Casual Associational Network. It is used to diagnose and recommend treatment for glaucoma, one of the leading causes of blindness. So the network that is being shown in the image, so that is divided into 3 planes, and it is nothing but the CASNet. So the different knowledge type are patient observation, pathophysiological states, and disease categories. So let's see what is this patient observation. So patient observations are provided by the user during an interactive session with the system. So the system presents menu type queries and the user selects one of several possible choices. So then pathophysiological states. These observations are associated with links to the abnormal condition caused by a disease process. The condition is established through the causal network model as part of the cause and effect relationship relating symptoms and other signs to the diseases. And finally, disease categories. So inference is accomplished by traversing the network following the most possible path of causes and effects. Once a sufficient strong path has been determined through the network, diagnostic conclusions are inferred using classification tables that interprets pattern of the causal network. The next step is frame-based architecture. So what is a frame? A frame is a data structure with typical knowledge about a particular object or a concept. So each frame has its own name and a set of attributes associated with it. For example, if you consider a person, so name, weight, height and age, so are the slots in the frame. The same way if you consider a computer, so the model, what is its processor type, memory and cost are the slots in the frame that is being called the computer. So a frame provides a means of organizing knowledge in slots to describe various attributes and characteristics of the object. The concept of a frame is defined by a collection of slots. Each slot describes a particular attribute or operation of the frame. Slots are used to store values. A slot may contain a default value or a pointer to another frame. A set of rules or procedure by which slot value is obtained. Frames are an application of object-oriented programming for expert system. This is that in order to make a frames, so here we are going to use object-oriented programming. Typical information included in a slot, frame name, relationship of the frame to the other frames. A slot value can be symbolic, alphabetic, numeric or boolean. If you consider for example the boarding pass that is shown over here, so it's been an example of frame, so in which you have been having various slots, so like carrier, name, flight, date, seat, from, to, etc. So this shows that in case of frame based architecture, so the knowledge is being represented in the form of frame, where in frame you are going to have a slots and these slots are going to represent some attributes of the object, and these slots can represent any link to the other frames. Next type is decision tree architecture, so in which the knowledge for expert systems may be stored in the form of a decision tree where the knowledge can be structured in a top to bottom manner. The initial or the intermediate node represents the object attributes and the terminal node is going to be the identification of object. Attribute values determine a path to a leaf node in the tree which contains object's identification. Each object attribute corresponds to a non-terminal node in the tree and each branch of the decision tree corresponds to an attribute value or set of values. This sort of architecture can be applied in case of characterization or identification of objects. Next, Blackboard system architecture. The Blackboard methodology is a complicated system task solving strategy using different knowledge sources communicating by means of common information field. A Blackboard is a global accessible database which is used for intermediate, partial results of problem solving. As a rule, various sides of Blackboard allow one to represent hypotheses at various levels of abstraction and provide joint actions of several experts. A Blackboard system can be viewed as a group of sitting human specialists next to a large blackboard. They are working cooperatively in order to solve the problem, and they use the blackboard as a workplace for the solution development. Problem solving begins with the announcement of a problem and writing initial data onto the blackboard. The specialists are watching the blackboard looking for an opportunity in order to make contribution for solution development. When a specialist finds this opportunity, he records the contribution on the blackboard in hope that others will use his contribution for final problem solving. This process continues until the problem is solved. A blackboard system consists of three components as shown in the image. So knowledge sources. So here, because multiple knowledge experts have been sitting together in order to solve the problem, so we have been having multiple knowledge sources. And then the blackboard, so where the common place, so these knowledge sources have been sharing their views in order to contribute for the solution. And then the control component. So the control component is runtime decisions which of knowledge sources to execute next for optimal problem solution. So the blackboard was originally designed as a methodology in order to handle complex ill-defined problems. First famous example is the hearsay speech recognition system. Now let's look into neural network architecture type of expert system architecture. So neural networks are large networks of simple processing elements or nodes which process information dynamically in response to external inputs. Knowledge in a neural network is distributed throughout the network in the form of internode connections and weighted links which form the inputs to the nodes. The link weights serve to enhance the input stimuli values which are then added together at the nodes. If the sum of all the inputs to a node exceeds some threshold value, so then node executes and produces an output which is passed on to the other nodes, or it is used to produce some output response. Neural networks were originally inspired as being models of human nervous system. They exhibit intelligent abilities such as learning, generalization and abstraction. And finally, the analogical reasoning architecture. Expert system based on analogical reasoning architecture solve new problems like humans by finding a similar problem solution that is known and apply the known solution to solve the new problem, possibly with some modifications. This is based on the fact that human beings use analogical reasoning and experimental reasoning to learn and solve complex problems. For example, if you know a method of proving that the product of two even integers is even, we can successfully prove that the product of two odd integers is odd through the same steps with slight modification. That's the end of various architectures of expert system, from which we observed that in all the various different types, so there is a difference in the knowledge representation, and how this knowledge is represented in the knowledge base is being inferred by the inference engine. So these two components makes the difference in the architecture of these expert system. Thank you.